Now, I hope you're all set. Now, yep, here it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglash for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, let's get over to the news. We had a big sports day in Wisconsin. And for those of you who don't know, the Ryder Cup was played in Wisconsin, and the U.S. set a new record, winning 19-7 or something. I don't remember, but anyway, really, really dramatic. And Steve Stricker was the captain, and he's a Madison guy, Edgewater High School, I think. Edgerton High School, maybe. Anyway, so the Brewers also clinched the Central Division title, so that's great. And the Bucks lost their first game, I think, to L.A., but they'll win a few, I'm sure. Okay, let's go to the stuff. Okay, I got to start with Tom Ritson, or Tom Fishburne, rather, Mark Ritson. Okay, so here we go with Ritson. Marketing in the meta universe. Our brand is in decline. What's our plan? See that going down? Negative. It's the metaverse. We're going to go into the metaverse. Here, put on these goggles and enter a virtual world where everyone loves brands. It's the future of marketing. I never want to take these off. Why would we? Right, you can go play in that world. But what the funny part is that I don't have much experience, but I have a little. And there's no TV. there's no mass media in these worlds. The worlds don't have media. The worlds are the media. And maybe you can get your brand going there, but they just I don't know, but anyway, Lindsay McKierney at Anheuser-Busch InBev recently gave voice to the enthusiasm many marketers are feeling for the potential of Metaverse. It's really an exciting time to be a marketer in this space. I believe the shift we're seeing to the Metaverse. It's going to be one of the largest shifts we've seen in a long time. We are where we were in social media 17 or 18 years ago. Marketers like to be where the people are, where there is set to be new traffic is certainly a place that marketers need to be paying attention to. Okay, and so in 1992 there was a science fiction novel called Snow Crash, where author Neil Stephenson imagined the metaverse as a future iteration of the internet, which didn't exist in 1992, so something like the internet. Where humans as avatars would interact with each other in 3D virtual spaces as a metaphor of the real world. Social gaming platforms like Roblox, Fortnite, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and Second Life are starting to show some of the potential at scale, particularly for younger generations. Mark Zuckerberg recently framed Facebook's future strategy as helping bring the metaverse to life. There's only one little problem with this, and I'll continue. But the big problem is that we're physical, and we have more touch sensors than sight in our brain. Not sensors, but receptors. And so when you move yourself into, when you play in the fake world, the real world's going to go to pot. Maybe that's exactly what happens. And but marketers like to be where the people are. Well done. This is a chance for brands to experiment with entirely new ways to add value to consumers. Poorly done, it could echo what Gary Vaynerchuk's famous observation that marketers ruin everything. Yeah. Coke had one of these back about 2007. I was looking into some of these for a client, and I don't know whatever happened to it. But it wasn't very engaging, I have to say. A brand, it also, is all anonymous, and so you don't know who you're talking to, and it doesn't make any sense, really, to me. But anyway, for example, a brand making energy drinks in the real world could manifest as a supplier of rocket packs in the metaverse. This is Nick Pringle at RG&A London. Okay. Instead of replicating their products and services in the metaverse, they need to think more creatively about what they can offer. So the sky's the limit. And without constraints, creativity goes to nothing. But anyway, so sky's the limit. So, in real, IRL means in real, automaker could provide teleports in the virtual world. This may seem fanciful, but consider that the next generation could well discover your brand in virtual space first. So how do you want to be perceived, and what positive values can be transferred to the real world? I don't know if any can. Good luck with this. But some of my favorite cartoons. I have new baby pics to share. I just got back from my reunion. Did you know that we have 7 subs with under 6 grams of fat? Right, they got sugar and stuff. If you're going to crash our feed, at least make it interesting. And this is the heart of it right here. So Tom is actually reinforcing my point, which is there's a reality. We share our reality, and it isn't even real. I mean, people have Facebook shock because, everybody's going to Europe or showing their grandchildren, and if you're not having those things happen at the moment, it seems kind of dull. Your world seems dull, dour, dull. I mean, I'm thinking my thesaurus is running rampant in my head here. I just got back from my reunion. So anyway, this is real. This is Subway, an ad, which Facebook is after. But the whole thing isn't real. And so this is where I land, and this is one of my favorite Fishburne cartoons. We need to stay focused on our marketing strategy priorities and not get distracted by every shiny new, look, a squirrel. Okay, so now let's go over to Mark Ritson. And I have to admit, I didn't understand some of these diagrams, okay? But he explained them to me, and you always learn something from Mark Ritson. So first, we need to go over to, he unveils to me that brands need more than logos, and he hates talking about logos, but he wanted us to know about Emily Zugay, a 24-year-old Wisconsin native, which got my attention since Mark, I think, is in New Zealand or someplace, Tasmania, out that way somewhere. And so I looked up Emily, and let's see what we can find out about Emily. Here's a couple of logos she's worked on. She got a graphic design degree in college, and so she's helping some design people. She's helping redesign some logos.
I had some companies like McDonald's reach out to me and ask for a new logo for obvious reasons. So here are my redesigns. First, Niful reached out to me.
Okay, get that? Niful. And if you've ever been in a logo redesign meeting, it goes like this. That's the hilarious part. So obviously Emily has been in quite a few, because oftentimes they incorporate things that have make no sense at all. But Mark says her sense of humor is just
They do sports like football and such. Your logo is very boring, and I don't appreciate that pointy part. So I redesigned it in a much more patriotic way. I'm also looked up, and I'm pretty sure he is the president of the football in America. Next, we have Amazon. Please help me to understand what's so significant about that Z and O that this arrow has to point right to them. It just feels like a waste of space to me. So this is your new logo. I added some green and breathed in a breath of fresh air that you guys really needed in your logo. I also understand that you work with boxes. So
I also love the care that she takes in spelling things. That's one of her trademarks. And the
next victim was Doritos. Your logo feels aggressive to me.
Aggressive to me.
And I don't want my mom to look at it. So I softened your logo up a little bit. The readability is much nicer, the way that I chose the font. And then you guys also needed a tagline, because I don't know anything about how your chips taste. So I added a tagline for you. The last victim is McDonald's. I don't think you meant for your logo to look suggestive, but right now this looks like 2 knees to me. I don't want to be thinking about knees while I'm eating my McChicken. Instead of emphasizing the M, I put emphasis on the O instead. And I was thinking this would be a really nice campaign to get some onion rings to.
And she explains, let's see if I can get the one. She explains the Lions logo.
To dip in marinara sauce.
No, I think you're wrong.
I don't think that's right. No, I don't.
And
I think
so
you're
she
wrong. I think
made
you're
some
wrong there. I
shirts.
think
Now,
we
if you
just.
look close, it's the Detroit Lions. Which I admit, Mark says some of her humor is so dry that you don't get it. The Detroit Lions. And the worst of it is her video for this got millions of views, way more than any video that the Lions have posted on TikTok ever. I think more than all the Lions videos put together. So anyway, that is fun stuff. So Mark is helping us understand that you have to have some fun with logos. And so I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes. So what you got to do is you got to go over to WDMA.org and subscribe to read the rest of Mark's thing, because it's like 15 minutes, and it's great. But it basically says you got to have some fun, and Emily is fun. And so have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. Don't forget, go over to WDMA.org, and I'll post this like right now. Okay? Have